Hello everybody, it's me, Sammy Preen again, back in the garage. It's about 93 degrees in Denver today, so my garage, it's not climate controlled, so it's probably about 100 degrees in here. So I'm going to be sweating. You can see my forehead is shiny. It's probably a little nervousness, but mostly it's because it's hot as hell in here. But today, today's painting that I wanted to talk about is this one here. When I created it probably about 2 weeks ago, I was working on another painting, and we'll look at this one a little bit later, but I was working on this one, started, and it wasn't coming out right. I was getting frustrated, and I stopped about partway through because I just wasn't getting the results that I wanted. So I had to take a step back, and this is supposed to be fun for me, so I wanted to put it aside and work on it later. So I stepped back. Before I had done that, I hadn't smudged the area and used a copal resin. So I did that. I said a little prayer, and then I asked for my spirit guides, my teachers, my ancestors, my recently departed family members to come and help me to come up with something wonderful and give me some inspiration and some guidance. So I did that little prayer, and then I put down a base coat of white on my board before I started painting. And I think I was just being called to start doing something from my heart. So I started drawing hearts. I started pouring out hearts on the board, on the canvas, hearts inside of hearts with different colors. I think I poured about 4 or 5 different colors on there. And then I started using the hairdryer to blow the paint around and create the painting. And this is what I came up with. So you can see that, for me anyway, this is what it looks like. I can see wings or a spirit entity, and the face here, the head is gold. I'm going to put that up here for you. So that's what I saw when I created this, and I thought it was appropriate since I was asking for guidance from above. And I let this dry for a few days, and then I kept going back to it and looking at it and trying to figure out what I was going to name it. And I decided to name it SoulShip. So SoulShip because it was a spiritual entity that I think was coming through here. It's a soul. And then I was thinking about what this body is. My soul is in this physical representation, and it's my soul's ship. So I thought it was appropriate to call it SoulShip for that reason. I also started thinking about SoulShip. I used that term a week ago on my last video to explain a personal connection with another soul, another person. This came to me about 3 months ago. I had been on Facebook, and I was looking through some things on Facebook, and up on the top of Facebook you see that little line that has people you may know. It's a list of, or a scroll bar of pictures of people that possibly you might know. I usually never look at that because I never know anybody on there. It's always strangers or somebody who's a friend of a friend, but I never know them. I'm also very cautious about friend requesting women that I've never talked to before, that I don't know or haven't met in some way, because I grew up in a family of women, and so I'm very sensitive to the way women are treated by men out in the world, harassment, catcalling, that kind of stuff. And just the stalking behavior that some guys want to put on women, and so I'm very sensitive about that. I never wanted to seem like a creepy, perverted guy just sending out friend requests. And Facebook was not a dating site for me. It was originally used to connect with family and friends. So I've only done that maybe 3-4 times in my entire FB experience of actually friend requesting a woman that I had never met before. And in this case, I was searching through some profiles, the faces, and I saw a face that looked familiar to me. I didn't know who she was, but it looked really familiar. And I just had a connection or a drawing to know more. So I looked at her photos in Facebook, and I looked at one immediately, and it just pulled me in. I felt like I knew this person for millions of years. So I sent a friend request, only just trying to cure my curiosity and how I knew her, or what the situation, what the draw was, the connection. She accepted my friend request, and then I did another thing that I don't normally do, and I sent a message to her and I said, thank you for accepting my friend request. I don't normally do this, but I felt like we were kindred spirits. And kindred spirits is a word that I know it's not part of my lexicon, though. I don't use that. I don't think I've ever used that except for maybe in some of my writing. But I use it this time for some reason. It just popped out of I typed it on my fingers, and I just went with it. That started an exchange over a few weeks, or actually just a couple of days. And she felt the same way, like we knew each other from somewhere. And eventually I came to find out that we knew each other maybe in a past life. So that was the connection there. That was almost instantaneous. And through some of our correspondence via messaging on Facebook, I had expressed a desire, or I said, I look forward to developing our friendship. We had a lot of things in common, a lot of spiritual things going on, some past trauma in childhood. So we had some of those things in common. And I had expressed an interest to developing a friendship without knowing anything more about this person. But when I was typing it, I went back over friendship because I knew it was something deeper, and I changed it to SoulShip. I'd never used that word before. I'd never heard it before, but it just felt appropriate. So I was just going what was being guiding me in my communications. And that started a friendship. And then I started to think about, what is SoulShip? I went to the internet and looked for some definitions, and there was a couple out there, but didn't really speak to me in the way that I thought SoulShip should be. So I'm going to steal it. Sammy Preen, when you hear SoulShip in the future, you can look back at this video and say, Sammy Preen is the one who defined SoulShip for everybody. And I'm just kidding, but I'm not. I'm going to claim it for myself, and I want you to use it as you go about your daily lives. But let me kind of explain what SoulShip means to me. SoulShip to me means a coming together of two people, two souls, with the sole intention or single intention of uplifting one another without asking anything in return. So giving something of yourself, whether it be time, money, energy, whatever it might be, giving of yourself without expecting anything in return. If you're giving to people and you are angry that they aren't giving you back, even if you've given them 1,000 things before and they've never given you anything back, and you get upset with that, that's not the one-sided relationship of SoulShip. It is giving without expecting anything. It's giving without any intention except for uplifting the other soul. And when you come across a person who's doing the same for you and just wants to see you live your highest and best purpose in this lifetime, that's SoulShip. That's a connection between your souls to uplift and to raise each other up without wanting anything in return. When that happens, you're going to feel great power from that. I've had clients who have told me that when I met them, they were doing okay, but they were just surviving. But after working with me, now they're thriving. That's powerful. That's powerful for me. That's a powerful statement. I've had people tell me that I saved their lives, literally, just because I gave of myself, of my time to listen and not pass judgment on them, just to listen and be a friend when they needed to have a friend. Recently, I had a friend who came to me or sent me a text message and said that if it wasn't for them, my hard ass pushing, they would have stayed in their comfortable life and accepted mediocrity. But I pushed them in a compassionate way to follow their dreams, to look for what they wanted in life. And that was a powerful affirmation as well. And that's my way of extending my offer of SoulShip to people. I'm offering SoulShip to you right now in this video. If you're watching it, you've come to my channel and you're listening to me and you've gone this far with me. So we are possibly creating a SoulShip. The SoulShip doesn't have to be just friendship. It can be romantic love. It could be love. It could be a relationship you share with a spouse. It could also be a relationship you share with a sibling or a family member or a stranger. Because it's all about giving. It's all about giving of yourself to help uplift another being. Now, you're not going to create SoulShip with every person that you come in contact with. And if you reach out to me, we may not have a SoulShip agreement. Now, you may have come here to see this video not to have SoulShip with me, but to understand the concept and to go out and create that with somebody else, because it is powerful. It can really change your life. It really is uplifting when you see that the power of giving to others and what it will do for them. And when they give back to you without any expectation of return, both of you, that SoulShip connection really is powerful. It's very exciting. And I'm looking to do that with as many people as possible, because the more that power grows in me, the stronger I get and the more I can give to everybody else. And you may be giving to other people and they're just taking. And you may give them 1,000 times over and they're still taking and taking. That's okay, because they're just not ready for this. They may not be ready for SoulShip. Not everybody is, because it's pretty powerful emotional connection and contract between two souls. So just give them compassion and walk away. And not walk away angry or upset or walk away forever. Just allow them to be who they need to be at this time. Sometimes we are takers. When there is scarcity, we have to take. That's a survival mechanism, and we need to walk through that. But when we are abundant and we have abundance in our lives, then we can give more. And for me, the more SoulShip connections I make, the more powerful I feel, and the more abundance I have. That spurs me to give more to everybody else. It gives me energy to do that, because it can be tiring at times to give and give of yourself. But when you're getting more from a SoulShip connection, yeah, that really sparks the fire in you. So I would offer you the opportunity to go out and create SoulShip with people, and let me know how that goes for you. I love hearing stories of how people that I've talked to and taken the words that I've shared my thoughts with people and how that's affected them in a positive way, how I've inspired them. That just gives me, again, more abundance to share with somebody else. So I'm asking you to do that, and then come and share with me how that's affected your life. I would love to hear your stories as well. You can leave comments in the comment box below. And I think that's all I'm gonna have to say about SoulShip for now, and I'll get the painting so we can really look at that in detail, since that's what I'm here for. If you buy my painting, you're creating a SoulShip with me automatically, because I put my love and energy into this painting, my prayers. So if it's hanging on your wall, it's going to give you energy for as long as you have that. It's going to carry that energy, that spirit of love and time and soul connection. And in return, you're giving me energy. Money is energy. Money is a powerful source of energy. And when used positively, it's probably one of the most energetic expressions on the planet. Yeah, it can be distorted, but we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about positive energy and exchange. And if you bought my painting and you created that soul connection, you're also giving me life. That money that I get from you for that painting, that helps me have food, on my table, or a roof over my head. So you are giving me something valuable, very valuable, and I'm very appreciative of anybody who buys my art or who supports me in any other way, because you're adding value to my life and you are helping me survive. See, I'm sweating profusely in here. That's climate control I don't have. So you do, I do create in the situation that I have right now, and I'm grateful. Don't get me wrong, I'm very grateful for everything I have. even though I'm sweating and you can probably see it dripping off my face. Anyway, that's all I have to say about SoulShip. This is the painting. Again, you can see what I see are the wings, the face, and there's bits of red on the bottom and up on top, so breaking away from darkness as well. That's kind of what I see. If you like it, let me know. If you want to buy it, let me know. It is up for sale. I'm not sure this one's going to last very long because I had put this in a picture on Facebook a while back and there was a lot of response to it. So if you want it, let me know. It's still here. It'll probably go quick, which would be great for me. Also, I just wanted to say thank you again for spending some time with me and watching this video. This is probably a very long one. And I'm going to turn into a puddle here in a second. So I'm going to end for now and hope to see you back next week. If you want to learn more about my philosophy and how I work with my clients, please go to my website. It's www.myhealthpathway.com or just www.vanguardwellnessgroup.com. Either one will take you to my website and you can learn more about my personal philosophy. And if you want to reach out to talk to me more, let me know. My information will be in the description box. And I hope to see you back here next week, and hopefully it's not as hot. Thanks a lot and have a great day.